Here's the classic courtroom opener. But remember, every "I swear to tell the truth" moment carries real weight. Lying here isn't just bad manners, it's perjury, and that can stack even more charges.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, if you can state your name for the record, please.
Amber Usher.
All right, you can lower your hand. Since?
Miss Asher, good morning.
What?
What is your relationship with them?
He's my own son.
Jason. Jason.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. He's your oldest son?
That's correct.
How many children do you have?
6.
And what do you do for a living, Miss Asher?
I deliver for Uber.
Like, all right, just clarification for the record, and we'll leave it.
Yes, that's correct.
In the interview that Dominic provided to probation, he had mentioned that he was mostly raised from childhood by his uncle. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you explain to the court how he ended up in custody of his aunt and uncle?
Due to domestic violence between his father and his younger brother were both.
And here comes the family history. Notice how quickly this case shifts from legal facts to messy family dynamics. Domestic violence, custody battles, and adoption. For the judge, this isn't just background. It's critical context when weighing mercy versus accountability.
Removed from my custody, and my aunt legally adopted him.
Just judging where was this domestic violence? Were you charged with domestic violence? Were you an aggressor in this situation?
No, I was.
Did you feel that because of that circumstances, Dominic would be safe in the custody of your aunt and uncle?
That's correct.
After he was custody of your aunt and uncle, were you just no longer involved with his life?
I'm always.
He played an active role in his
That's correct.
was Dominic's biological father, was he here?
No, I think the last time I saw him, he was like 3.
So I'm sorry, I'm confused. So the person that she's saying was abusive to her, is that the defendant's biological father?
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
No.
Would you please describe, Judge, Dominic's character, start like this before his incidents, and any change or growth in his character that you've seen since he was arrested on his trial?
I would have to say that before he was arrested on this charge, there was like tremendous maturity happening. And I will say he made a mistake. He made some really bad choices in that time frame. My dad had just passed away like 2 months before that, and a lot was going on with me and his younger brother.
His younger brother being Isaiah?
Correct. And they kind of just lost their way for a while now. My dad was phone expense break. The one that he always gone to. He felt like the one who was always afraid was gone.
Since he was arrested for this charge, the aggravated robbery charge, how would you describe changes that he's made in his life? Probate's
he started to use like more track for the content. He talked about school and he like started to care about where his life was going instead of just seeing the empty shell every day.
What about any sort of changes in character since learning that he was
He's very responsible. He's a great dad as far as I've seen so far. He does everything he can to try to help with the baby.
as far as you're aware, um, would there be mental issues in terms of raising a child if Dominic is not involved?
Financially, of course, and also she needs her dad.
Obviously, being his mother, knowing agency from birth, uh, any history at all that Dominic had in depression or violence or acting out in anger, like was he getting into a lot of fights in school? Anything like that?
No.
You had mentioned your younger son, Isaiah. He's mentioned as well in Dominic's Dominic admitted that Isaiah was the shooter in this incident.
Boom. That's the revelation moment. Dominic admits his brother pulled the trigger. But here's the legal kicker. Under Texas law, even if you don't fire the weapon, participating in the robbery still makes you criminally liable. Accomplice liability, it's brutal, but it's the law.
As far as you're aware, is that
That is correct.
where is that?
He
Because of this incident that he was there.
that's one of the incidents. Mike's there. He had numerous charges.
I know it's tough as a mother to talk about children in this life, but would you describe Isaiah as being more of a troubled or violent individual compared to Dominic?
He's definitely more of a lot of handle than Dominic. More like what he stands more rowdy. I don't know how to explain him, but
Would you please explain to the judge why you believe Dominic is deserving of a chance on fair adjudication rather than equal?
I think that's it. The chance he needs a chance to not become district of he made a horrible choice and he knows that and he just asks for mercy, that's all. He has to be accountable for his actions and we understand that.
Is there anything else that you would like to inform the judge? Anything you feel is important for her to know about Dom?
I just know that his heart's in the right place and his life's in the right place and he wants to do things right. Like he's a good productive member of society, a good man, a good father, and a good fiance to his girl. That's all.
Absolutely.
All right, state.
Sure. You're aware that your son was also accused of authorized use of a motor vehicle theft in a motor vehicle on June 23rd, 2021.
Just 1 second. Excuse me, lady in the shirt. Who are you? No, who are you? Are you here? You're a friend? Well, friend, this is not visitation, and you're talking to inmates in the box. And let me tell you what the problem with that is. The problem with that, oh, don't give me attitude. The problem with that is the fact that the officers are in charge of security, and you're messing with security. So, friend of the person in the box, step outside the courtroom. And the friend in the box, this is not visitation. You need to do that at the jail. No. Okay? Yes.
Yes, I am aware that he has those other two charges. One of the charges actually, the vehicle in question was actually stolen by my other son.
Sure. Since you brought up your other son, so two of your sons, one being the oldest, and then Isaiah is the next one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So both of them were out far enough. What does that mean? What does that mean?
They're basically going from car to car, getting whatever they can.
Were they living with you at this time?
No.
Well, you stated that you damaged the house. Well, the third in this case, your son, then he found the living with you. 17 or 18?
When he turned 18,
So, how old was he when he was doing felony for this? He has to be 18 or older, so he came with you when he was 18.
Sorry, stay just 1 second. Excuse me. I don't approach the court coordinator while we're on the record, 'cause there's chatter over here. There's chatter in the box. It's making it difficult for me to hear on this very important case, which all the cases are important, and it's making it difficult for the court reporter to hear. All right, so you may continue.
So you're aware of that, I mean, when he was left the vehicle or unauthorized use of motor vehicle, he was staying with you, is that right?
at first he did go back and forth. It wasn't like one day he brought all his stuff and moved in. It was, he came, he stayed the weekend, and then it was, it kind of just solidified into like a permanent thing. Isaiah ended up going back to my aunt because he didn't have a choice.
Sure. Your sons and your children from your house to somebody else's house, you don't know exactly where they are.
I don't agree with that
Do you know where they're at all times?
for the most part.
So on December 25th, going into December 26th, when this aggravated robbery where the shooting happened, you know where they were on Christmas night?
I didn't know where they were at that time, no.
So now do you really think that you don't know where they're at all times?
Well, I don't think anybody knows where their children are at all times when they're at that age.
On Christmas night?
Well, I do have 4 other kids at home, so yeah. I mean,
This one child of yours that's over the age of 18 seen with you, and then you also have a juvenile son that's charged with this aggravated robbery with TYC for this actual ag robbery. So
right.
you know when your juvenile son was in line, was committing ag robbery. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
I mean, I guess that's correct, but like I said, my aunt has custody of Isaiah and had custody of him at that time.
Yeah. Actually, your son in this particular case is actually says that he's going to return to the Aunt Uncle's residence and stay there with a girlfriend with her, I believe, the young child, the 9-year-old. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Is that right?
That's correct.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, any other questions?
Just to follow up, Your Honor.
Yes.
How old is Dominic? 20 years old. So at the time that this occurred, roughly around 18 years old. Does that sound right, or was that
That's correct.
were at that time were you keeping tabs on him? Or was he of the age where he was? Well, let me rephrase this. At 18, if you
Yes, at 18.
I'm sorry. Just to rephrase, at that age of 18,
Yes.
No questions.
All right, any other questions?
No questions.
I just have a few questions, if there's no objection.
No objections.
All right, so were your parental rights terminated?
No, I actually relinquished my rights. It was an ongoing CPS case, and they basically told me I had ran out of time. They'd already given me an extension.
So that means that there was a legal case, am I correct?
Yes.
And as a part of that legal case, there were certain things you had to complete.
Before I relinquished my rights?
No, there were certain things that you had to complete because they were giving you a chance to have your children in your custody, correct?
Correct.
So what did you not complete?
I actually didn't complete, well, I didn't maintain my sobriety at that time.
Okay.
So I went into inpatient.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in and giving me some insight into yourself. Thank you. All right, call your next witness.
Also not called Dominic.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. All right, state your name for the record.
Dominic Brinkley.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Dominic, do you understand why we're here today? You understand. You understand that you are facing a potential possibility if the judge follows through for a maximum of 8 years in prison. You understand. What are you asking of the judge?
Your Honor, I really just want to ask for forgiveness. If I had the chance to speak to the victim, let him know how sorry I am, how bad I feel for the incident, and what went down that night. I wish I could come up with the words to apologize to him. I really don't think that there's enough words or things that I can say to him that's gonna make it better. I was traumatized that day. I was also shot. And I just can't imagine how traumatized that day.
This is the emotional high point. Dominic is pleading for forgiveness, framing himself as broken but changing. Here's the question for you. Do you think remorse alone should outweigh the severity of the crime? Drop your thoughts, mercy or accountability.
His family and he is. And if I had the opportunity to apologize, I would do so. I don't think that I would take it away or make things better. But if I had the opportunity to go back in time and fix things and not do them the way that I did them, I would. I really am just praying and asking that you give me a chance, Your Honor. I make some very bad choices, and I'm trying to turn that around. Um, I didn't have a father figure to tell me like the right from wrong, so I learned the hard way. And this is one of those many times that I'm learning the hard way. I just please ask you that you give me a little bit of leniency, push for the probation instead of prison time, so that way I can be here around my daughter while she grows up and she doesn't have to grow up without a father like I did. Same thing as my fiance. She grew up without her father, and I don't want that for my girl. I was also molested in the kid. I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want her to not have her parents around to watch her, to know that she's okay 25/8. I don't want her to make the wrong choices that I did. I don't want her to have to grow up without a father. I am extremely sorry. My actions and my part in the incident, I really do not believe that I deserve time because I didn't play the part in, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I was there and I made that decision to do so. I just hope that the victim can find some type of forgiveness for me, and I hope that you can understand that I really was just a broken soul at that time, and I'm really trying to turn myself around now, man. I really am. And I'm doing everything I can to do so. I'm working, I'm providing for my baby girl, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't had any violations on my life. I've gone to and from work, done what I was supposed to do, and I will do more to prove that I'm capable of succeeding, growing, becoming a better man as time goes by. I'll do any type of counseling, any type of management problems, anything. I want to, whatever it is that I can to rehabilitate myself and better myself as a man, as a father, as a son, as an individual. Like, I just really hope that you can forgive me, Your Honor, and you understand that I'm not a criminal. I just made some very wrong choices, and I'm doing my best to turn around.
Dominic, you had mentioned about forgiveness. And just to be clear, are you asking the judge for a chance on forgiveness?
Yes, Your Honor, that's exactly what I was.
You had also mentioned to the judge, well, I guess, whatever she orders. So let me ask you this. Do you personally believe that you are in need of counseling classes, parenting classes, self-help classes? Do you feel like you need internally?
Yes, I do. I'm always trying to better myself, and at this point in time, like right now, I'm focused on that 100%. That's my main goal, is to better myself as a human being. I made some very bad choices, and I'm not trying to go back down that road that I went down. I had dealt with the loss of my grandpa, and he was the closest thing to a father figure I had.
What sort of goals do you have? Do you have a career path? Any sort of plans do you have?
Honestly, you would have asked me 10 years ago or 10 years ago what I wanted to be when I grow up, I would have said that I wanted to be a dad, and I've gotten that wish come true. I just really hope that I can spend that time with my daughter, not have to taken away from me.
What plans do you have in place to be a better father?
I plan to be around and provide, to love her unconditionally, on a level that I never was shown. I just want to be there for her. I think that's the most important thing mentally. Is she needs that support. She needs me around. And if she doesn't have me around, I think that she's just gonna be a loose end.
All right, state.
Yes, you say you're not a criminal, is that correct?
Yes.
How many cars have you broken?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, she made a count. Okay, because it's called hard hopping. Go around an apartment complex and shoot doors with your grandma in her residence. And that's a criminal, correct? Right. So, you don't know how many cars that you've done. Night that this happened, on Christmas night, going into Christmas, after Christmas, your brother had a gun with him.
Yes.
You knew he had a gun with him.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I had no idea he had a weapon.
So the two of y'all are motorizing vehicles, and your brother has a gun, and you don't know he has a gun. And your brother used that gun on the victim in this case, and also including you. He shot you also in that purpose. So after it happened, what did y'all do?
Well, after the whole incident, I went straight home and I rinsed my arm off. So I didn't have that.
What did y'all do for the victim? Nothing. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. May I ask a question? Do you have more questions?
I have a quick question.
So there's this vehicle, and there are Christmas gifts in the vehicle. And I read the stipulations. I always reread those, and I read the PSI report. So these people were taking Christmas gifts out of their car. It's Christmas time. They leave their door open, as people sometimes do, because they're trying to load the Christmas gifts in, probably preparing Christmas for their children, because Santa Claus is real. So trying to make sure that they know that Santa Claus was
Oof, that hits different. The judge paints a vivid picture. A family loading Christmas presents, kids waiting for Santa, and then, boom, robbery. This framing isn't just emotional, it's strategic. Judges often lean on moral imagery to underline the harm.
to stop by the house, and you and your brother decide to take their Christmas gifts. Were you able to take some of their Christmas gifts?
Your Honor, I don't believe that I grabbed anything out of the car.
Well, you and your brother, because you and your brother were doing this together. Were you able to take some of their Christmas gifts? Well, I mean, not believe so. You know if there were packages wrapped in your vehicle or not.
Well, it was traumatizing Instagram, like experience for me. Like, my brother had just shot me, and I went to.
Well, I mean, your brother shot you by accident. He was trying to shoot the complainant, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, you took some of their Christmas gifts. I would like to know, when you went back home to wash the blood off your arm,
Yes, sir.
what happened to their Christmas gifts?
I don't know, because I didn't go that far. My brother dropped me off at the house, and he did what he did with the rest of the stuff.
And what did your uncle ask you? Because I see your uncle was trying to help you with the gunshot wound to your arm. What did your uncle do?
I had told him that my brother had shot me, and that's when he got in hydrogen. So I would just clean it, and I grabbed it.
Did anybody search for a bullet? Was this like Rambo, where somebody has some, gunpowder, and they put it in the wound and light it? What did he do? Oh, a visual.
right here.
Okay.
And that's what came up.
Oh, so he knew that there was an extra one?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Well, there was one hole right here and one right here. So I
What
think
did your brother say to you when you told him he had shot you? Did he say you're on your own?
like it wasn't really like it was more like he didn't know what to do.
Was it like a scene out of the movie where you see in a movie where somebody gets shot? They just say, we got to help him. And then they just drop him off at the hospital door and keep going? Or did he just drop you off at your uncle's house?
Just got dropped off and that's when I was taken to my mom's from there.
All right, you know that day you ruined somebody's Christmas. And you understand that the complainant was shot. And they didn't go to their uncle's house. They had to go to the hospital. All right, any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, any other witnesses? All right, the court will hear argument. State. All right, defense.
Your Honor, defense would be asking the court to take into consideration all that happened today and give Mr. Brinkley a chance for adjudication. For his history, this is coming up. He mentioned that he didn't have a really good, father figure in his life. He had his mother that was there to help with him. She had
Just 1 second. I'm sorry. You probably may need to start breathing through your mouth because I see you're hyperventilating.
Anxiety disorder.
Okay. So you probably want to take some deep breaths.
Yeah, she was well on it.
Sure.
I'm sure it's cooled off.
Whenever. All right. So I hear your.
We've heard the story of his upbringing. Even though his mother relinquished her rights, she tried her best to save his life as much as possible. But he's admitted to the court that he felt that he just didn't have the right tools in his upbringing to help him. You know, he's gone through some very traumatic experiences in his life, being molested and committed to the probation officer. I will admit to the court that was the first time I heard that position as well. He expressed in that report that incident had a huge impact on his life and led him down a spiral of depression, anxiety, and kind of closed himself off. And that led to some, as he described, some bad choices. Breaking into vehicles seemed to be what his main outlet was. But I think it's very clear from the testimony and from the admissions that he made to the officers and what he's explained to the court that Mr. Brinkley himself, he's not a violent person. He's not a type of person to go out with a gun looking to harm anybody. I think I don't want to say wrong place, wrong time, because that's not the right word. He made a bad choice, and he happened to be put into the situation where his brother escalated things to the point where nobody wants. And I know that Mr. Brinkley is extremely sorry. Like you said, there's no way that he could ever express how sorry he is, or ever take it back, or ever make it better. The person who was responsible for the actual harm is sitting right now in TNC custody.
All right.
We're just asking for the court to take into consideration Mr. Brinkley's role in this. He is willing to take responsibility. He understands his role in it as well. Just give him a chance for clarification, 10 years if the court feels necessary. He has had an opportunity to be guided in the right path. You know, he's begging the court for counseling. He's reaching out for a hand, asking for help. He's got this newborn child. Parenting classes are obviously needed. More recognition therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, anything that can be available to Mr. Brinkley.
All right, here's my question though. Why would somebody who has an aggravated robbery pending decide to get with someone and have a child until they know what's happening with this?
It's all about the choices.
Those are just questions because this aggravated robbery date on it is 2021. So it's not like he had the baby beforehand because they just told me the baby is months old. So why would people do that, knowing that this is there, and then come to the court and say, my child is going to need a father?
Please, Your Honor.
Oh, sure.
I chose to have my daughter because that was one of the many goals that I wanted to accomplish in life. And
To have a child
I wanted to be a father.
while you have an aggravated robbery pending.
I wasn't thinking about that. When I got the charge, I didn't get the charge. I got it when I got arrested late in November, and my girl was pregnant in August. So I honestly
I
was.
mean, but you had to have known that this was coming down the pipeline because
That's
you've
why.
been shot and the complainant's been shot. So you decided to get into a relationship and to have a child. Did you tell her about this aggravated robbery that was pending before you all decided to be in a relationship, or did you drop it on her after you were in a relationship?
She had known about it when I had told her about my gunshot wounds in the heart.
Oh, so before you all got into a relationship.
No, it was after our relationship. We had gotten into a relationship after this.
See, here's the thing. I don't know why people continue to let people meet their publicists instead of their true selves, because the right way to do things, you should have sat down with her and say, I would love to be in a relationship with you. Let me tell you what's going on in my life. I have a pending aggravated robbery, because maybe she would have said, you know what? I want to be in a relationship with you, but we shouldn't have children at this point in time because we don't know what's going to happen with your case. Instead, you all go out and decide to have a relationship, have a child that's months old, then come to the court and use the child for the court as judge. I want to be a father to my child. I don't want my child not to have a father. And then bringing an infant down here who's that age, as I said, to a nasty courtroom. This courtroom is filled with germs. The only other place that's probably has more germ is the jail and the hospital. My grandmother would always say, when you go to the hospital, you need to get out as quickly as possible because it's filled with germs. And no matter how they try to clean it, it's true. So then you want to bring a baby here for me to see. Oh, a cute little baby. Don't take his father away.
You know, honestly, we didn't have somebody to watch him. The person who left was our right here. And
I hope that wasn't a complete stranger you all had watching the baby. I hope it's somebody you can trust. I hope it's somebody you all did a background check on. Okay. All right. With regards to the amount that's owed to the complainant in this case, I see an amount that was paid to victims of crime compensation fund, $24,000. And I'm assuming that's the amount that was due to the complainant.
Yeah, I did see that on the response to the PSI before. So Steve would say that that's the portion that's owed back in the compensation fund.
All right. So I'm sorry, counsel. You may continue.
I just don't remember where I left off. Well, I guess
You were telling me about his history and that you learned about his physical abuse that happened to him as he told the court today.
and just knowing that the impact that was on his life and the spiral that drew him down. I don't know. And so he's reaching out to the court now for a chance not only to stay out of prison, but to be a better person. He wants to learn these things. He wants to be in the counsel. He wants to be a better person. And I think that
And there it is, the gavel moment without the gavel. 8 years. The judge balances rehab and punishment, but ultimately, public safety and accountability win. Here's the twist. Dominic is only 20. So the big question, will this time make or break him?
in terms of from other people that I've seen come from this criminal justice, I think that is a big improvement in terms of others that, and just to show to the court, he's not here to play around. He's not here to just simply ask for a chance. He's ready for that chance, for an opportunity to be a better person, to be a better father, and to make these right assessments.
State? All right. Mr. Brinkley, I want to let you know that I listened to everything. I've internalized everything. I listened to your mother. I know you had a bad upbringing. I know that your mother did not complete her service plan. That's why her rights were terminated, or that's the reason she decided to relinquish. Because I know in CPS cases, you have up to a year to get your life in order. They give you a year where you actually have a free babysitter. And all you have to do is do your parenting class, stay clean and sober. I'm sure she had a choice to make because I would tell my clients all the time over there, either you want your man or you want your children. Who do you choose? And they would always tell me, oh no, I want my children. Next thing you know, what ends up happening? They're back with the man and their children have to go wherever they go because they get their rights terminated. So I understand. I understand your upbringing was bad. I understand that you have a baby that you want to be there, right? But I have to balance things and look at both things. Nothing really stopped you from your criminal actions because you said you were car hopping. And I appreciate the fact that you're being 100% honest with the court. Sentencing is about one of the things for rehabilitation, right? But it's also for punishment. Even when I place people on the probation, yes, I want them to get rehabilitated, but it's also for punishment. And in your case, if I send you to prison, it's punishment and rehabilitation. This case is going to be a prison case. I know that you are young, but you will still have time to live your life. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's credit for any time served, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, taking into consideration 2022 CR 5308, 2023 CR 0224. There's to be no contact with Martin Hernandez, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be restitution to the victim of crime compensation fund in the amount of $24,630.40, showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We can go off the record. Here's the thing, you're young. I know this seems like a lot of time, and any time behind bars is a lot of time. But make use of your time, don't become institutionalized, learn. You'll still be able to get out of prison and be in your child's life. You understand? All right, good luck to you.